One pair of pants later.
Welcome back to the Sloth-Worx YouTube channel. Today, we got a stuck brake caliper. Yeah, she got a little warm going down the road. You can smell the brakes. It's happened before. It was the other side. We changed out both brake calipers, brackets, rotors, pads, everything with the power stop kit. I've been very happy with them. But now one of those calipers is actually the driver's side this time. Did the same thing. So we're gonna blow this sucker apart, see what the inside looks like, see if the problem's on the outside of the caliper or the inside of the caliper. See if it's something we can keep from happening in the future. So this particular caliper come off a 2014 Ram 1500. Now luckily I had the old driver's side that I pulled off that was still good at the time when I did swap to these, so that's what I used to get the truck back home. Did notice when I got home it was pulling a little bit to the left, so that one's probably a bit sticky as well. So this is our setup and what we're going to use. I just got 2x4 locked in a vise. You could just do it on the tabletop. I hadn't done this a lot. I usually just buy a new caliper and put it on there, but I'm real curious to see why these things keep binding up. We're just going to use the air nozzle. I didn't have the one with the little rubber tip, so we did added a little 1/4-inch rubber hose and taped it off good. Hopefully that'll be enough to make a seal. So what we're going to do is put air in there and hopefully blow these pistons out. The board is there strictly to keep them from flying all the way out. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Hey, you might get to see a good bit of action this way. I'm using this rag to keep brake fluid from coming up this way. You don't want to get your fingers down in either one of these holes, because they will shoot out of there with some force sometimes. So you can see that one there shot out. This one here, it did not. This is our stuck one. So let me hit it with a little bit more air. Maybe it won't knock the phone off the top of the drill press again. I hope you heard how loud that hit that board. That sucker. So we'll flip this over and see what we got. They should come out pretty easy now. I'll probably have to squeeze them a bit with the C-clamp to relieve some of the pressure off the board, but we'll see what happens. Alright, so I was hoping I'd be able to just pull them out at this point, but that is not the case. And that's why we're sticking right there. It's rusty. Really nothing I can do about that. I'm gonna hit it with a little bit more air pressure and see if we can't get them all the way out. I still want to put something in there. I'm afraid what's gonna happen, one of them's gonna blow out completely and then I won't have that hole plug to blow the other one out. So I might find something just a bit thinner than that 2x4. Here's where the trial and error thing comes along. We're gonna use this. It's about a 1/4 inch narrower than this 2x4. Hopefully that's enough still to catch them. We'll see. That's what I was afraid of. Alright, so what I did, this one come out first. I put it back in the hole, use this as a spacer to hold this one in so I could pop this one the rest of the way out. This is definitely our stuck, the worst stuck one. We'll pull it out all the way out in a minute, but it's very rusty in there. This truck hadn't been driven through any high water or anything, but we do live in a very humid environment around here. So this will give you an idea of the kind of humidity we deal with around here. It's 11:39 a.m. This truck has been sitting inside a barn all morning. And that's how fogged up the windows still are. So, you know, I guess this is what happens. But yeah, we'll get this disassembled a little bit further and show you the inside. Okay, so the main reason I wanted to take these apart was I was kind of getting concerned that maybe the rust issue was happening inside, like the brake fluid had been contaminated with too much water, so it was getting rust in here. But that's definitely not the case. You can see all the rust is on the outside. This is your little seal ring, your O-ring, and just that thin band of rust right there is enough to gum up the works. There's really no rhyme or reason to it other than just the humidity around here. Both the dust boots look good. You know, there was no rips, tears, holes. I mean, they're still real good and flexible. But you can see how much rust was built up where this seal rides in this groove right here. I mean, god dang. And you can see where it built up that ring of rust around here. That was what caused her to lock up. I don't remember exactly when I put these calipers on the truck, but they really hadn't been on that long. But yeah, you can see all that rust. That gives you the look on the inside of a brake caliper. If you've ever seen one, there's not much to them. So I'm not gonna rebuild this one. I'm gonna try and buy a brand new one, not remanufactured. And we're gonna try to modify that sucker a little bit, or I guess we can add a little lube on that area that gets rusty. Got some stuff that use a lot on boats in a marine environment, but at this point I'm willing to try because I can't keep doing this every couple of years. Hopefully you enjoyed disassembly without any reassembly. Thanks for watching.
3 days later.
I just noticed this, so I wanted to show it. So you can see that brake fluid that was left in there, it was clean the other day. It's now already starting to rust. So I think what might be happening is either that seal starts leaking, and then that little bit of brake fluid starts absorbing that moisture and causing that rust, or when they're new and they're being put together, they're using brake fluid as a assembly lube, and that residue obviously just starts immediately, once we get down here in the humidity, turning into rust. Pulling a little bit to the right, or I mean, add a little lube. Came off of a